What up, y'all? Now this is a perspective video. This is for people I fuck with, people I love, people who watch me, people I resonate with. This is for y'all to put the world into perspective. If you are born in the 90s and younger, you have to realize we are a suppressed generation, aggressively suppressed generation. Now, this is not about crying over spilled milk. It is what it is. But this is also for you to put in perspective on what we need to do as a collective. We are a aggressively suppressed group of people. No matter what walk of life you come from, race, religious subscription, whatever. Anyone born 89, anyone older than the 90s, being born in the 90s, they come from a aggressive level of obedience. They come from mass waves of these government bodies crumbling and destroying their spirits. And when your spirit's been beaten down to a certain degree, that self-defeated energy that my enemy's bigger than me and I'll never beat him kind of idea, is settled in. But it's not your parents' fault, not your parents' fault, not your parents' fault. These are generation after generation. These people have been being finessed, hoodwinked, bamboozled, goddamn, tricked out of their own skin. Free will has been manipulated on a unfathomable scale. This is a perspective video. Understand what this is. You need to understand why the people of yesterday have created such a wedge with the people of today, 90s, 2000s. It's the energy of what we don't want to do, that rebellious energy. It's the disobedience in us that they envy. It created animosity in a lot of our homes and a lot of our relationships with people that we are related to, people that we share blood with, you understand? They come from this is how life is, so this is how it's going to be, and I'm going to teach my children that this is how life is and this is how it's going to be. You need to stay safe, you need to stay small, you need to stay hidden as best as you can. Keep your head low, stay encouraging us to be cowardice. And a lot of us said no, not just in our voice, but in our body. The time that we were born into, the era, came new information, a fresh perspective on the world. They knew the opportunity or the potential for new ways of living, new lifestyles to be introduced to the world. Not necessarily new, but different than what they're used to. It was, no, I think we should do it like this. No, don't think. You know. You're a child. Stay in a child's place. The suppression was heavy, aggressive, extreme, radical. The need to obey was so vital that if it didn't present itself, we were ostracized from our own homes. Again, I ain't crying over spilled milk. I'm good out here. I'm I'm good out here. This is to put things in perspective for us. Now I'm done talking about them. We understand what it is and what it ain't. A lot of us is walking it, have experienced it, the whole nine. What I really want to focus on is us, the suppressed people. You gotta the suppression is deep, you guys. You gotta understand something. They cut us out of resources. They cut us out of knowledge, information. Instead of guiding us, they said, learn it on your own, like I did. We are the biggest generation of parentless children in American history. In a lot of ways, they intended for us to be dysfunctional. We're talking about government conspiracies, you understand? Forget your mama and your daddy and your grandmama. They a victim of the same influence that we're caught in today. You gotta understand, this was a government agenda to neutralize us, to create docile people on this planet. They wanted to cripple us and break us and make us dependent on the institutions. And in a lot of ways it worked. What we're dealing with now, what we see with this LGBT crap and this wokeness and but what it is fresh people, fresh eyes, fresh faces on the planet being manipulated and being deceived. And in that deception, in the trickery, when we fall short, when we fail, we are demonized for our failures. We are shunned. They make us feel shame. They destroy our self-esteem. The separation is needed and it was necessary. Because to be a product of your parents is probably the worst thing to ever happen to you, to me, if that is your reality. We're in a new paradigm, guys. Look at what the word paradigm means. We're in a new conscious perception. And in this suppression, we never stopped aging. You understand? I'm 25 years old now, born 97. Anybody born in the 90s? 30, 31. So, the gist of this, the message is unification amongst ourselves. We need to introduce new lifestyles, new philosophies, new religion. Okay? We need to get rid of old and replace it with new. But the trick to this is the information has never changed throughout history. The information never changes. It is consistent. It is inevitable. We have been influenced to not learn or know anything besides what we are conditioned and indoctrinated to know. And out of ignorance breeds fear. That we are a very scared generation, but we're fearful based on ignorance. We lack discipline because we are ignorant. We lack control of ourselves, of our environments. We lack the ability to articulate ourselves in a manner that, in a manner that comes out clear and concise. Again, we ain't crying over spilled milk. We can change it whenever we want, bro. Feel what I'm saying? Me, I've spent my life combating older people, attempting to tell me what it is and what it ain't. I'm talking about docile, weak, defeated energy trying to convince me I'm doing something wrong, or I'm moving out of place. It's from my own mother, my own parents, you understand? It was always this energy of you don't know what you're doing, which is truly just a reflection of one's own knowledge and awareness and wisdom. And I get that. I created a separation physically from older people because I needed to learn this world without conditioning, without what a mass amount of people have failed to do, and that was teach each other. Each one teach one, for real. I just don't want to be the next generation that fails on these children, bro. I don't. Right now, we in chaos amongst each other. Again, ignorance has bred a lot of ill characteristics, terrible characteristics amongst each other. We don't know how to behave. We don't know how to act. We don't know how to walk amongst each other. But it's something that we can learn. And we learn by being amongst each other. We learn by having conversations. We learn by shedding light on the things that we think we know and the things that we are just completely ignorant to. I got a brother, he's 18 now, 7 years behind me. And he's an eggplant. We gotta do better, y'all.